Hello everyone, welcome to the stream and to another day in Azeroth. Thank you guys very much for joining me on this wonderful Friday. Hope everybody is doing well today. Alright, so let's do a little bit of housekeeping as we begin. I see I have lots of stuff in my bags. I'm going to stash some of the rune cloth in the bank. We can sell that on the auction house later for a little bit. And we'll hit up a vendor and then we'll decide what we're going to do for today. We're probably going to run some 5-mans. Mitosh, if that Molten Core comes together, that would be very welcome. Or basically any kind of run. Yeah, at this point I would do anything. I think I'll probably start by trying to queue up for some 5-mans. Let's stash this. Stash those. I think that's really it. I think I'm gonna stash some of these just to get them out of my inventory. Okay. Whoa, he's clearing his bags. No way. Impossible. They're still not very good. I wonder if I have a bunch of quest items I don't need. I should be selling these. And also, at some point today, we have to get to Molten Core anyway. I bought 2 pieces off the vendor, which supposedly we can turn into tier gear. So yeah, at some point today I want to figure out how do I get to the Molten Core item vendor? How do I turn these into actual pieces of loot that I can equip? Once I figure that out, I'll probably be a lot happier with the state of endgame gearing, because right now it's still a little convoluted to me. A little bit more convoluted than I would like. So maybe I should look for some 5-man stuff. Just something kind of simple to warm up. Maybe Skolo. I guess Skolomance or either side of Stratholme would be okay. And then I probably have to put us on a flight. Actually, let's go ahead and we'll hearth back to Stormwind. Do I need to check the auction house? Do we need anything on the auction house? So we thought about putting a ranged build together, but there are no bows for sale. There are no decent bows. So maybe at one point we'll loot a bow. And maybe if we do that, I can skill bows up and we can put together a second spec that uses bows. Level 48, like I don't really want to buy a level 48 epic, you know? So yeah, I think I'm gonna wait. I could just get one of these green weapons. If I just wanted something to skill up, that might not be a bad idea. Let me just grab a green... Just a green bow that maybe I can go shoot some stuff with in my downtime. And we can kind of get that going. If I had been really smart, I could have looked for a bow that had some stats. And then that way we could have benefited a little bit in our melee build. That would have been pretty smart. Mitosh, if you're 11 out of 20 and you're putting it together right now, then maybe I'll just go skill up my bow for a bit. And we'll wait and see how things shape out. If it looks like we're going to get people together pretty soon, then I'll just go do that. If not, I can go do some 5-man stuff in the meantime. Yeah, I don't want to get into a run and then... I mean, I will get into a run and bail on it if need be. But I'd rather not. I'd rather not start a 5-man and bail on it, but I'm willing to. Especially as a DPS. I feel like any group could probably live without me. I just bought the most expensive gun. I bought the most expensive and the most useless one. Sounds like me. We can make this. We can do this. I believe in us. We are gonna make this tram. We're gonna do it. I know we can. More accurately, it's gonna pull away in 3, 2, 1, 0. There it goes. Damn, we were so close. We were so close. That was probably the most exciting moment you're going to see on the stream today, so, you know, take it or leave it. Yeah, that's, maybe I should do that. Maybe I'll just head that way. Yeah, we're gonna head towards the Molten Core area. And if I want to take shots at things, I can do that outside Blackrock. But yeah, maybe we should go get the gear. Let's go find this elusive gear vendor and solve a point of agitation for me. This has been a real point of contention for me in Season of Discovery Endgame, is like the elusiveness of the vendors and the convoluted nature of acquiring items. There is some friction in the endgame stuff that I feel like would be better done away with. I feel like they need to centralize all of the rep vendors and rep folks into probably Stormwind and give them a little enclave in Stormwind. And then that's where you go. You go there to turn in your rep items, you go there to talk to the vendors, you go there to buy stuff, you go there to turn in your tier tokens. You just do it all in the same place. None of this running to very remote, very specific places to turn in a token that I bought from a vendor in Booty Bay. Like, no more of that. That stuff needs to go. None of that has anything to do with gameplay. So that's been my biggest point of contention so far with SOD. And everything else about SOD Endgame is good. It seems like once you have Googled where all these stupid NPCs are at and you're familiar with that, then acquiring gear is probably going to be pretty smooth from then on. Alright, so I'm gonna put us on a flight to Thorium Point. Is Thorium Point the closest? Or Morgan's Vigil? Thorium Point. Such a really quick flight point. I like it. I feel like my Yeti mug is getting leaky. I feel like the lid is losing its seal. and I'm beginning to leak coffee, which is very agitating. This lid has so many moving parts, and it's such a pain in the butt to clean it. I regret not spending my 50 bucks on a different model with less moving parts. And now I think some of the moving parts are starting to fail after constant use and constant washing. And now I have what seems to be a slightly leaky $50 Yeti mug. Now I have a Yeti mug with no top on it, and a topless Yeti mug is potentially dangerous for the stream. So we'll hope nothing untoward happens with it. This one has worked fine until today. It might be that I have the rubber stopper misplaced. I'll have to look at it. It might not be defective. It just might be having a problem today. Because usually it's been pretty okay. But I will say, if you're shopping for Yeti mugs, don't get one with a bunch of moving parts. They have to be completely disassembled every day and washed, completely disassembled, and it's a huge pain. And if you don't disassemble them every day, then like you get like buildup. We'll call it buildup. You get buildup between those moving parts, and it's disgusting. So I would say the less moving parts you have on your lid, the better. I feel like some of them are over-engineered. Once we get down into the Blackrock area, we'll switch to our other spec and we'll pick our talents for our range spec. We're going to be doing a marksman build because we are not going to have a pet still. So even our ranged build is not going to have a pet. So we'll have to build out our talents with that in mind. If I use a normal coffee mug, my coffee won't stay hot long enough. That's the biggest issue. I would love to be able to use just a normal ceramic mug. We have a couple of mugs that I really enjoy. And yeah, it's just that they don't stay hot. I have this little hot pad thing that, you know, heats the bottom of the mug, and that helps a little bit. But I feel like it also leads to kind of like a weird tasting cup of coffee after a while. The other weird effect is then, like, the more you drain your coffee, the hotter it gets, because there's less liquid for the hot plate to heat. So it has this weird effect of, like, coffee is pretty hot, and then coffee gets hotter the more you drink it, until the coffee is scorched, blackened on the bottom of your mug. It's like, I don't know, I don't like that either, so there's not a really good solution for me. An ember mug, but they're way overpriced. Ooh, what is an ember mug? To Amazon we go! The ember mug too. Oh, this one's probably going to be more expensive. 14 ounces. I need like 20 ounces. Oh yeah, I've looked at these before. Oh damn. $164 for a 14-ounce mug. Ember temperature control smart mug 2. App controlled heated coffee. Double your battery life. Wow. You gotta control it. I gotta log into my coffee and I gotta turn the heat on my coffee up. Give me 1 second to log into my coffee remotely here and power it up a bit. That's really something. That's really something. Remote operated coffee mug. Wow. It's way too pricey. It's pretty freaking pricey. Yeah, see, that's the other thing about most coffee mugs, is most coffee mugs do not hold the amount of coffee that I would like to have at a single time. And then, yeah, the alternative is having an enormous coffee mug, and that could get unwieldy. Nobody wants an unwieldy coffee mug. Alright, we have to figure out... I have to find the portal to Molten Core. And perhaps I will even need to be in a raid group. And perhaps I'll even have to go through the portal, and perhaps once I do, I will find a vendor where I can turn these 2 useless tokens into actual equipable pieces of gear. This is the dream. Ember Mug sounds like something from Monster Train. Amy, it does. It's because of embers, yeah. Ember Mug gives you 3 more embers per turn. Sorry, we've put about 100 hours into the game Monster Train, which is it's like a deck building tactical card game. So we've been kind of obsessed about it, but we beat the crap out of the game now. It's been a lot of fun. Parkow, good evening, buddy. Everything is good. Thanks for being here. Go to the quest giver. Yeah, the quest giver for the attunement. What did I do to get to that guy? I think we went down several flights of stairs. Mitosh. Oh wow, look at that. That there be a raid group, if ever I saw one. I came into this room, I got a little scared, and then I kept going. We went down here. We went outside, which was really frightening, and then I think we rounded this little bend. Okay, and somewhere there, maybe there's a chain I jump onto. Probably not that chain. That doesn't look good. Yeah, this one right here. Okay, so we took the chain. And this is when people were yelling at me, telling me that you need to be dead, you need to be dead, you gotta be dead to get to the quest guy, you have to be dead. And so we had that argument, and then here he is. Okay, so here's the guy. Now I'm attuned. This was my attunement quest, turn it. So there we go, that's good. And then question mark, profit. There's no warlocks this time. It's my time to shine. It's my time to get hopelessly lost. So what do I do now? Talk to him again, I will. Oh, transport me to the Molten Core. That's it? I don't have to do anything else, because I don't want to teleport away and then it turns out that I need to do something else out here. This has happened to me before, so I'm gonna wait a second. It used to be you had to be a ghost to see him. Oh, okay. I'm doing it. I'm gonna do this. I hope this is okay. Okay, here we are. And not surprisingly, I don't see vendors. Who are you guys? Hydraxi and firefighters. Send me to the entrance, okay. And then this guy... Oh, wait. What's this? I don't know what this is. He doesn't want my tokens. Yeah, I have no idea what's happening here. That is for sure. Are you sure you wish to exchange 1 Dragon Stalker's belt for the following item? Ah, ooh, okay, I think I found him. Okay, I don't know if that's what I want. I don't know if that's what I want. Agility, Stamp, Intellect, and Frost Resist? A Strength, Agility, Stamp, Frost Resist. Crit Strike with all spells and attacks. Hit chance with all spells and attacks. What am I looking at here? Are these the same item? Mail and mail. One's a girdle, one's a belt. I'm so confused. Agility, Stamp, Strength. Agility, Stamp, Int. Oh, okay. As a melee hunter, I think I want Strength over... I think I want Strength over Int. I'm gonna take this. Nothing happened. No, see, I still don't know what I'm doing. I thought I knew what I was doing and I don't. This is a molten scaled belt. Okay. Oh, I hate this so much. They're not here. Molten scaled belts aren't here. I hate this gearing system so much. Oh, you're fine, Mitosh. I'm just struggling with everything that I don't already know, like I always am. If it's something I don't already know, then I'm gonna struggle with it. Yeah, this is not the vendor. We were close, guys. We were close to figuring it out. Okay. I just wanted it to be like, I just wanted it to be a little bit easier than this. I just wanted, like, I was hoping, like, coming here it would all make sense. Like, suddenly everything would make sense. We buy items here, we take the items here, we turn them in, we get loot. That's all I wanted. At the time I didn't think that was too much to ask. Yep, I don't know. I'm willing to listen to any advice about how to turn either of these items into a piece of gear. If anybody has any ideas, like, now's the time. Now's the time to speak up. It says you trade it. I mean, how the fuck do I trade it? Pardon my language. But how the fuck do I trade it? That's all I want to know. Like, if this is the guy, then Jesus Christ. Like, just let me get... I want to just give him the item. I don't want to have to find the fucking item. I want to give him this, and I want him to shit out a piece of gear that I can put on my body. Why does it have to be more complicated than that? Why does it have to be this complicated to begin with? When I was in Booty Bay, why can't I just buy the fucking item off of the Booty Bay vendor, and then I could live my life and play the game? I could push the buttons and have a good time. Instead, I'm literally fighting with a vendor to figure out what fucking loot do I click. What if I just click every fucking belt in the entire place? Because this is a belt, okay? So the concept here, I think I need to buy a belt with this. I think I understand, like, that is what I know. So maybe if I just click every belt. Yeah, there we go. Just click a belt until it gives you a belt. Thank fucking God. I got a belt, guys. Thank fucking God. Strength, agility, stamina, fire resist. Okay. Jesus H. Christ. I did it. This is the hardest part of the game. The part of the game that's supposed to be the most enjoyable part, getting an upgrade, has become the most challenging part of the game for me to understand. And I hate that about it. It's my fault. I'm a fucking idiot. So what are you gonna do? There you go. Look at that. 2 pieces of loot. Holy God. Oh, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Okay. Redo the runes. You know I'm gonna forget to put the runes on them. I'm gonna sit there wondering why my DPS is even lower than it was before. Okay, now we can move forward, and I can go back to enjoying the game. Alright, we have all of our runes. We have 2 epics. It's pretty good. We still have this Zandalari piece, this piece from ZG. That I guess we didn't have the rep to exchange it when we tried last time, so we need a little bit more rep with those guys. And so we have a 2-piece here. The 2-piece is your Mongoose Bite also reduces the target's chance to dodge and increases your chance to hit. So that's pretty good. What's the 4-piece? While tracking a creature type. Ooh. Do you see how they go? Oh, while tracking a creature type, you deal 3% increased damage to that creature type. They just made tracking super relevant. That's very flavorful, and I like that. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we're basically together, right? This looks like a full raid to me. Dragon's Bane, the drill sergeant has emerged. You called it, buddy. You know, I get triggered about some things. I'm not gonna hide it when something triggers me. It's just not worth it. If I get triggered by something, it's so much better just to have a genuine reaction, and then if I'm overreacting, we can have a discourse about it. Now my gear is good enough to do the raid. Is it? Like, I don't really know. You know, I should grab the gear score thing just so I know what my gear score is. But I feel like our gear, it doesn't suck completely. You know, I don't have any, well, I would say I don't have any really embarrassing pieces of gear on, but we know that's not true. But as far as like our main gear, I don't have any like super I don't have a second trinket, which is kind of shameful, but I have a Biss main trinket. I have this guy, and I heard he's really good. The rings are okay. Yeah, everything is like very okay. I don't feel like, you know, I don't feel like I'm being straight up carried. I mean, I am basically being carried, but I don't think it's too bad. Ooh, we had a little hiccup. We dropped a couple of frames. Looks like we're fine though. Is this sweltering heat thing, does this have to do with the difficulty of the raid? This says sweltering heat, the Hydraxians are providing maximum relief, reducing the heat within Molten Core to a minimum. So if we wanted to, you could crank the heat up and then that would be increased difficulty. I don't know if increased difficulty in this case means more rewards or if the rewards are still the same. Dragon's Bane, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to roll against me. Because you're probably gonna have better rolls than me. So no, you can't come. Unallowed. You can roll on bows, okay? You can roll on the ranged weapons, and then I'm gonna take everything else. I should be really smart, like be a smart content creator and change the title of the stream to Molten Core. That would have been smart to do like a little bit ago. There we go. Boop. I'm very excited. I have never done Molten Core before in my entire life. I haven't done any version of Molten Core ever at all in the 21 plus years that I've been playing the game. So, yeah. This is kind of a big deal for me. Do I know any of the mechanics? oh, you sweet summer child. Oh, no, I don't know any of the mechanics, and I'm gonna sight read the fight. I'm gonna sight read the fight. If somebody asks me to do something specific, I'm gonna do it. Otherwise, I'm gonna move out of stuff that looks bad. If I see like melee grouping up, I'm gonna group up. If I see people spreading out, I'm gonna spread out. I'm just gonna sight read the fight and hope for the best. So Yeah, this is so yesterday we did ZG. This is my first character that I have done any of the vanilla era raids. I didn't start raiding until Wrath of the Lich King. I just missed raiding in TBC. I had put my bold set together on my warrior. I was ready for Kara. And then people stopped raiding because Lich King was very close to coming out and nobody gave a crap anymore. And then the same exact thing happened to me in TBC Classic. I got my bold set. Blizzard announced Wrath super early because Shadowlands was in the toilet and they were panicked. And then everyone stopped doing endgame stuff in TBC and I missed my chance again to raid in TBC. So yeah, this will be my first Molten Core. The other day was my first ZG. Main spec or, yeah, main spec over off spec. Need anything you can use apart from the 2 tier tokens you've already won. Yeah. Don't re-roll on the tier. Makes perfect sense. That I understand. Trank shot drops from the first boss. Trank shot, like, is that like an ability drops from the first boss? Fire boss is the hardest. Yeah, the thing is, I don't think I have any fire resist. Thought I had one piece of fire resist. This was shadow resist. We have a piece of shadow resist. Not really sure how much that's going to help us. Probably not at all. Oh, fire resist. Here we go. Yeah, look at that. I do have a fire resist trinket. So, how am I looking? Removes all harmful magic fire effects on a 2-minute cooldown. That's probably going to be important to have at some point. So yeah, there we go. I got a fire resist trinket. I have, I can pop this to get out of like a harmful fire effect. Like if there's some kind of really bad dot on us or something. Okay, we're good. I'm probably not going to worry about Trank Shot because I am a melee hunter. So what I do is I pretend like I'm basically a warrior. That's what I do. If someone asks me to Trank Shot, I can try, but what's going to happen is I'm going to miss because I don't use a bow and therefore my bow skill is really low. My bow skill is 150 out of 300. So relying on me to Trank Shot is probably not going to work anyway, even if I do pull that ability out right now. Because I'm not going to hit. There we go. That's what happens when you don't know what the you're doing. When I looked down, I thought, like, everybody else made this look really easy. They made it look like, obviously, like, how could you f this up? And I'll tell you how you can get up. It's really simple, actually. You just don't know what you're doing, and then you die. Perfect. 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 That's the best way to start the raid. Let's just get it out of the way now. Let's fall into the lava. Let's make sure that we're lost down here. That's good too. Yep. If I have to do it again, the same thing's gonna happen. Because mechanically, I don't understand how they made the jump that they made. So if I do have to do that jump, it's probably not gonna happen. This is not a good situation to be in either. There we go. Somebody thought about something. And then how do I... Oh, there we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, same thing. I'm gonna fall in the same place. Because I really don't understand how they made that jump. Or what they did to trick out the terrain. Like, you see what I mean? Like, what am I aiming for exactly? I wonder if there's any way... Maybe I could run through... Like, obviously, the real way is just to go this way. Like, if you were just trying to do it, you would go this way, you would clear the trash, you would come around, and you'd end up over here. So, like, what am I gonna do? I could maybe run by all this stuff and feign death? I don't know. Oh, look at that. Or you just summon me. That's fine. That works out perfectly. I really, like, one of my biggest pet peeves in, like, dungeons and raids in general is, like, I hate shortcuts. I hate shortcuts that cheese the terrain because, and it's only because I can't do them. Like, I guess I don't have anything, like, philosophically against them, but because I know I can't do those cheeseball shortcuts, it's like a cheeseball shortcut is the thing I hate the most. I hate them in mythics, apparently I hate them in raids. It saves everybody time except when you have an asshole that can't do the jump and then he dies 17 times. You know? Other than that, it saves a bunch of time. It doesn't save that much time. Alright, I'm gonna look at the screen for a bit, so if I'm missing stuff in chat, I'm sorry. But obviously, I need to, like, kind of pay attention to what's happening. Alright, here ahead of us, we have a boss. He's going to do some attacks. We're going to have to hit him and do some DPS to him. The tank is going to have to hold aggro. And what the healers are going to do is they're going to make sure that everyone stays relatively topped off. And then question mark, question mark, question mark, we're going to kill the boss. Alright. Oh, we got an ad. There you go. It went beautifully. Warrior, rogue, druid, and plate. So we don't need anything off of that boss. Which means we can keep going. keep in mind that the group that I'm running with, a lot of these guys are way over geared for this content. So don't judge the difficulty of this raid based on this. This is not a group of people geared how I am geared. If this were a group of people geared at my level, this would be much more challenging for us. Also, the good thing that they did with Molten Core is that they have this heat indicator. And if you want it to be more challenging, if you are more geared up and you want the challenge, you can raise the heat level. And raising the heat level makes it harder, and I believe that it also impacts the rewards. So yeah. Just things to consider when trying to judge the difficulty based on what you're seeing in front of you. Do I like SOD so far? I mean, I'm doing Molten Core. I'm doing raids I've never done before in my life, so... yeah, I've been having a really good time with it. Why do these guys still have health bars? That was a little bit weird, wasn't it? Alright, here we have what looks to be another boss. What we're going to do is the tank's going to pick him up, the DPS is going to hit him, and the healers are going to keep us alive, and then he's going to go down and we're going to loot him. And there you have it. We got Paladin, Hunter, Shaman gloves. We are not going to need those. I don't think. Oh wait, yes we will. We will maybe need those. I don't know. No, I'm lost. I don't think we need them. I think we have an equivalent piece, and the loot's already out, so I don't even see rolls going out for loot, so maybe some of it is on soft reserve, maybe some of it's on a hard reserve, maybe some of it's on like a slightly infirm reserve. I really don't know all the types of reserve you can be on, but it's possible some stuff's on reserve. Yeah, I don't even have the chance to roll. I think I'm just like along for the ride. I'm like the cans tied to the bumper of the newlywed's car as it dangles down the street. I'm just kind of being dragged along, you know. On this boss, we're gonna not stand in fire. That's it. Don't stand in fire. We're teleporting somewhere. I don't know. I don't know where we're teleporting. Right there. That was a good guess. It looks like maybe we got a boss in there. I don't know if that was intentional. Yeah, I don't know if we want. Ooh, that's nasty. I don't know if we wanted a boss in there, or if we just. It looks like by the amount of dead people that the boss was kind of unexpected. A little bit of a situation. Whee! Through the air we go. We'll never get back to even hit the boss because we're slow. Come on, move faster. Okay. It looks like maybe we're getting it under control, he says, as he gets booted away for the 19th time. Okay, Cheetah doesn't make us any faster with whatever this is. Looks like it's something that's got to be dispelled. Okay, good. This is the best way to deal DPS. Am I approaching him like from the wrong direction, perhaps? And maybe that's why I keep getting punted away. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I would like to be able to hit him a handful of times, if possible. Oh, no. Wait, there we go. Maybe if I put my back to the hillside here, maybe I won't get kicked around. Well, it's hard to do when you can't keep up with the boss. Okay. Oh my god, if I could see anything, there's probably a perfect place to stand, like right up here. If not for all the spell effects, then maybe I would find that spot and I would be safe from the punt. And there we go. If the boss isn't constantly moving, but you know, when he punts people, then he has to chase the tank, then he has to move. Here we go. I think we're good right here. Maybe now I can... Oh, now he's dead. Okay, as soon as I found perfect positioning, he died, obviously. Obviously, a bunch of loot. Cool. Alright, let's keep going. That was interesting. I don't think the fact that the base difficulty's been nerfed a lot even matters in a system where you can crank the difficulty up at your own whims. You know what I mean? So the people who want it to be really hard can make it really, really hard. And the people who want to see the content in a pug can see the content in a pug, which is a much better situation than the content just being extremely hard and inaccessible to 90% of players. Park out again, man, and this is the last time I'll say it. We're in an overpowered group for this content on a low difficulty. That is why this content looks super easy. I am in a group of people mainly from a couple of big guilds. They have a lot of gear from Nax and later raids, and we have it on the lowest difficulty. So if it looks easy, that's because we've stacked it to look very easy, and that's all I'll say about it. If that doesn't make sense, I can't help you. If that doesn't make sense, you can just live with your misconceptions. I don't know. Martin, we are doing good. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, here we got Baron Geddon. The tank's gonna tank him, the DPS are gonna hit him, and the healers are gonna push the healing buttons. There we go. I have Melt Armor and I have Insight Flames. I don't have Living Bomb. Not that I can see anyway. Why no sound? Because your speakers are muted. That's why. I don't know what got me. Oh, we're all dead. Yay! Okay, it wasn't just me, we were all dead. The game sounds very low today. That's nice to know, like an hour into the stream. Thanks, guys. How is it now? Is it better now? On my side, it looks like it's normal volume, so if it's too low, it's just because there's not a lot of sounds going on. Mitosh, you can solo this, man. You got... Oh, you almost had it. I guess we're doing a spirit run, huh? What's the fastest way back here? A sad face. I guess I just go the way that I know. I only know one way, so I'll go the way that I know, and I won't experiment with other ways. Yeah, the spell effects, I keep that stuff low intentionally, because I think a lot of the repetitive combat sounds get grating after a while, so I tend to keep the spell effects, sound effects, like, at a low volume. Enough so that you know combat is happening, but not enough to be annoying. At least that's the hope. Someone did have the living bomb, that's what killed us, Lael? That makes sense. Yeah, it seemed like everybody kind of exploded all at once. I'm glad it wasn't me. I double-checked and I did not have living bomb. And if I did have living bomb, then it wasn't tracking it anywhere that I could see it. So, I think our hands are clean in this. Also, the music here is like, it's like the SFK music. Here, let me turn on some actual music. There we go. We'll just do the good old Dun Moreau soundtrack. It's a goodie. It is some of the best music. I wish we can get into the TBC soundtrack in Classic Era, then we can play some Eversong Woods music. Oh, that would be good too. I have it up about as far as I can turn it up right now. There are quiet parts of the music tracks and there are loud parts. So if I turn it up much more than this, when it hits a loud part, it's going to be too loud for most of you guys. Same thing when like sound effects start going off. Apparently we're having a lot of audio issues today, even though I haven't changed much from yesterday. So on my end, the audio looks good. When I look at the waveform and I see how loud it is, like, it looks like it's about as loud as it can be. Oh my Jesus! Why was I standing in fire? I didn't even see the fire, because the fire's right by his foot. I was standing right in it. I didn't even see it. I was distracted by the audio stuff. I'm gonna blame chat for this death. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to blame chat. Oh. Absolutely shameful. I'm wasting so many world buffs. I feel like an asshole. Okay, we have to run away from his AoE clone. I think that's supposed to be Cone. I don't think he has a clone. He might have a clone, I'm not sure. But I think it was meant to be run away from his AoE cone. AoE cone. Okay. Sure. There we go. I haven't seen any rolls go out for any gear, so I'm thinking, like, either they want all the gear for themselves or they're gonna roll it off at the end. I really don't know. It doesn't... Oh my god, Jesus H. Lord, what killed me there? Yeah, I don't really care about the gear at this point. I'm like basically a guest in this raid. I am obviously, you can tell by the meters that I am completely fucking useless. Like, I don't even think I'm on the meters. Okay, I'm barely on the meters. So I don't really care if I get gear from this run or not. I'm mainly here for the experience of it. We're gonna get some tokens, and if we happen to get some gear, like, that's fine. But I mean, look at what I'm contributing to the raid. Do I deserve gear? No, not really. So it's just kind of like I'm along for the ride type of deal. That's it. Maybe one day I'll know how to play and I'll have enough gear to actually make an impact on the meters, and maybe one day I won't die to like every trash pack. But until then, like, I don't need the gear. Gotta learn to play first. What's a Hydraxian Waterlord? It's like a water elemental guy. It kind of high up in the ranks of the water elemental hierarchy. Natural enemies of the Fire Lords, obviously. Alright, over here we have Sulfuron the Harbinger, and he has a bunch of ads, and we've marked the ads with all these very specific symbols that are giving specific instructions to people that know what they're doing. So they're going to handle all of these marked ads, and they're gonna like tickle some guys, kick some other guys, and so that's all covered. And then what we're going to do is we're going to attack what most people seem to be attacking, and then the healers are going to heal, the tanks are going to tank, and then we're going to win. Mark, thank you so much for the gifted membership. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Avoid stones. Okay, we're gonna dodge some stones. Maybe there will be like a shadow on the ground, and maybe there will be an effect on the ground. So basically we'll be probably watching the ground to avoid stones. It looks like we're pulling them all the way back here. Alright, we have Majordomo Executus here and a bunch of ads. So I'm assuming like we're probably just going to AoE the ads down and focus the boss. That's what we've been doing so far. No marks going up this time. So yeah, I assume sheer AoE DPS, which we can't help with, so we will probably single target the boss. Yeah, AoE blast. We're going to single target the boss because that's all we know. That's all we can do as a melee hunter is single target the boss. Or kill the ads. Maybe we're gonna kill ads. Okay, there we go. Let's just kill ads. Maybe that's where we're useful. Maybe we can kill the ads in like priority health order. So the one with the lowest health, we will try to jump on them and take them down. There we go. Only one person. I would have looted that. I would have looted that whole chest. I would have taken every item in it. So I'm glad the raid alert went out. I'm assuming it's now safe to click. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Burberry, thanks for stopping by and checking out the stream. I appreciate that. It looks like we're doing some loot. That's what it looks like. But not all loot. Just a little bit of loot. Yeah, these guys do loot really, really fast. Really fast. Mantar, good evening, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Did I level the bow? No, I haven't had the chance to level up a bow yet. Right now we're still melee. We'll probably always primarily be melee, but it'd be nice to have a range build to check it out, see how we feel about it. I have no idea what we're doing here. But I've been told to spread out, so we have spread out. During ad phase, everyone stack up, nuke them down, okay? Then back to original positions. I wish I could zoom my camera out a little more. Because, yeah, we can't even really get a good shot of old Ragnaros here.
These mortal infidels, my lord. We have invaded your sanctum and seek to steal your secrets. Incense to the rampant in the hallowed core. Bring them to my very lair. Justice shall be met. Now, for you, Incense.
There we go. Ragnaros is down. We rolled a 4 for that one. So good show, good show. But hey, we got to roll on something. This is not at all how I am used to doing loot. Not at all. This style of doing loot takes a lot of getting used to. Like, I kind of like the idea of holding it to the end. Kind of like the idea of holding it to the end, but it's very fast and very different. We always did loot as we went. And we had a couple more seconds to look at it and to roll on it. It wasn't quite the, it wasn't quite this, so. Paying attention to loot almost requires more focus than paying attention to the boss fights. Yeah, this is a me problem. I'm just a slow person. So the bindings, I think I have the bindings. Pretty sure I don't need those, because I feel like that's what I have here, I think. So yeah, I'm not gonna roll on those, obviously. Yeah, I gotta talk to the NPC before I leave. That's a good call out. Alpha T, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the stream. I mean, I will say it's a lot of loot. I understand why they want to do it fast. Because otherwise you could spend an hour raiding and then another hour handing out loot. So I get it. Is that it? Is the loot finally done? Are we done? Oh no, we're not done. I can barely see the items before I have to like decide if I'm rolling on it. When you're not familiar with the loot that you're rolling on, it makes it hard to react quickly enough to get said loot. But I think we just got a piece of loot. It's stressful. Like getting the loot is more stressful than fighting any of the bosses. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. A season of anxiety. There you go. I think I want that too. Too bad I rolled a 36. Oh, that wasn't... that's not really a hunter piece. I mean, it has agility on it. We need agility and strength. I'm glad I didn't win it, because I don't know if that's a hunter piece or not. I guess every piece of gear is hunter gear, so... Yeah, we got 2 tier pieces, so... I can't complain at all. I had a really good time. Alright, like, yeah, 3 pieces of loot? I'll take it. It's a lot of tier pieces. I had a great time. Mitosh, thanks for bringing me along. Thank everybody in the guild. I really appreciate being here for this. It was a lot of fun. We got a lot of loot. So now I gotta go talk to this vendor. And we gotta go pick up our pieces. 1 Molten Core, we're in full tier 1. I don't think it's quite full. I don't think it's like, it's not every piece, but it's a lot of pieces. Okay, so we have the bracers, and we have... Oh, we have bracers and belts. Okay. So the tokens we picked up... Chest... Legs, boots... Chest, legs, and boots. Okay. Alright, so we need a chest... And we need legs and boots. So what is the name of the set? Giant Stalker. Okay. So we're looking for Giant Stalker stuff. Giant Stalker. Giant Stalker chest piece. There we go. We need giant stalker legs. And we need the boots. And that was it, right? I'm not missing anything. Okay, yep, that's everything. There we go. So that's our 4-piece. So now when we track creatures of a certain type, we deal 3% increased damage to that type of creature. So now we have to get out all of our tracking, and I actually have to pay attention to the type of enemies that we're fighting so I can track the right type of enemy. That's true, Talon. Yeah, I think it saves a lot of time for everybody. I screwed up the boots? Did I really? Oh shit, how did I do that? Yeah, somehow I did screw up the boots. But why did that happen? I'm assuming I can't trade that in. Ugh, fuck. See, this is why the gear needs to be handled differently. Like, there shouldn't be any fucking dummy traps when it comes to getting my tier pieces. Like, I fell into just a big fucking dummy trap just now. Whatever, I am a fucking dummy, so I don't even care. It's fine. The game has dummy traps, and I'm a dummy. So, whatever. Big fucking surprise. No, you can't trade them back once you equip them, I don't think. Once you equip them, that's it. I could sell it back for gold, but that looks like it's it. Whatever. We'll live, I guess. Fuck me. I guess if I don't want to, if I want a game without dummy traps, maybe I should go play retail or something. I don't know. Like, personal loot that just gets given to me that I don't have to think about it at all. I saw Giant Slayer. I didn't realize that I thought the fucking indicator of the type of loot was in the name. So I saw Dragon Slayer looked like it was ranged shit. Every piece of Giant Slayer that I had was melee shit. So of course I read Giant Slayer and I'm like, well, that's the fucking set that I have on. Every other piece of Giant Slayer that I have is a melee piece, so why the fuck would the Giant Slayer boots be a ranged piece? Does that not make sense to anybody else? Am I really just that much of a fucking idiot? Because everything else, I was following the naming convention that they laid out for me. And the naming convention said to me, Giant Slayer is melee. But I guess, like, I just can't fucking read? Like, I don't know. But I think it's absolutely fucking idiotic to have 2 sets of gear called the same thing with different stats on them. It doesn't make any fucking sense to have 2 sets of gear, both called Giant Slayer, but one of them is ranged and one of them is melee. Whatever. It's fine. It's just the name of the game. And that's my tilted rant part 2 for the day. Alright, good stuff. Let's teleport out of here. I don't know what else we're gonna do today. I have no idea. Now that we have one piece of our ranged set, maybe we should start leveling up our bow. I don't know. Oh sure, it's still an upgrade, but it's just a big fucking dummy trap that I fell into. It's absolutely idiotic. What have we got going on here with this outfit? I'm not sure how I feel about it overall. Yeah, it's fine. Eventually these boots will be irrelevant, you know? One day these boots will not matter. The only other things we have, the only other thing that we haven't been able to spend yet, we have these shoulders from ZG. We don't have the rep to turn these in. We're almost friendly. We're like a bare, like, we're like a millimeter off of being friendly, and then I think we could turn these in for shoulders. And then that would get us out of the Beast Stalker's shoulders. Or we could just save up some coins and we could just get the Giant Slayer shoulders, and then we could have, you know, maybe one day we get a 6-piece set. We'd be at a 5-piece set if I wasn't such a dummy, but here we are. Yeah, I just like, they just need to think a little bit more. Like, the naming convention should determine what type of gear it is. There shouldn't be 2 types of gear that are called the same thing that target different specializations. It should be a name of the gear per specialization. So like, marksman hunters, their gear should have one naming convention. Beastmaster hunters, their gear should have one naming convention, and then melee hunters, their gear should have one naming convention. That way you can look at the piece of gear and you can say, oh yeah, Giant Slayer, that's what I need. Okay, oh, I'm marksmanship. Okay, Dragon Slayer is what I need. It just like make it easy for people. Don't fucking try to put little traps in the game where I click on the wrong thing. Just make it really obvious. And then if you make it really obvious, then I still screw it up, then the entire blame is on me. But in this case, I don't feel like it was completely on me. Let's go sell our junk. How many reels? We didn't get too many reels. We got 34 reels. We got 34 reels. It would probably be enough to get the shoulders, but that would require another trip to Molten Core entrance, which isn't really a big deal, I guess. See, that's the annoying thing. It's like, yeah, maybe I could buy some tier shoulders right now, but then we have to travel all the way back to Molten Core. I have to have somebody invite me to a group. I have to convert that group to a raid. I have to go in and I have to talk to the NPCs. So it kind of makes it a pain in the butt. And the other thing I was thinking about getting some bags. That might be something we can do. Let's go have a little look at the bag cost. Maybe we should just upgrade into some decent bags and spend the money now. I know we can't afford any of the 30-slot bags, but we might be able to get something a little bit bigger than what we have. Yeah, see, the new bags are awesome. 30 slots. Unfortunately, they're selling for 400 gold on the auction house, and I can't afford 400 gold, unfortunately. Can I afford 84 gold times 4? No, I can't. Oh, maybe 70 gold times 4. No, that would probably still leave me broke. Maybe I can afford these ones. 18 slot. I think I can grab these 18 slot bags. I think I can grab 4 of these. I feel okay spending this money. And now we are basically broke, but that's okay. That is okay. There we go. That's probably the most bag space I've ever had in Classic Era. It's pretty good. What do I do with money except repair? Yeah, that's a good point. I really don't need a lot of money. I guess in a perfect world I'd be buying elixirs and potions and stuff that would help my performance in the raid, but I haven't done any of that yet, and I'm not like a main raider. And if I'm not a main raider, then I don't feel like I need to spend money on that stuff. I should save all these bags, and I should, use these bags to give to alts. Eventually we're gonna have some other characters, and I'm sure they're gonna need storage space, so let me go throw these in the bank instead of vendoring them. And then we'll kind of chat about what else we want to do today. Sell the undeath, so we'll see if we have anything that we can sell in the auction house. Pop these all in the bank. I'm gonna pop these shoulders and oh, my bank is full. Oh dear lord. Okay, I need more space. I can't really read this well enough to get myself more space, unfortunately. Bags. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Let's put that there. Let's do another one. Let's put that there. Now we should have plenty of space. Pop the shoulders in there for later. I used the bijous to level the ZG rep. I didn't really see where I didn't have the coins. There were a couple of quests where I could turn in some coins, but I didn't have the right combination of coins to turn in the quest, so I wasn't able to get any rep from the coins. But I popped all my bijous at the temple, and that got me almost to friendly, but it wasn't quite enough to get me all the way to friendly. Alright, so what are we saying sells? The essence of undeath might sell? Well, I don't know if this sells for a lot. Let's see. Oh, yeah. This is the one that does sell for a lot. Okay, perfect. Let's split those up. And we're going to put them up for like 28 gold. I don't know if anything else we have is going to sell. Heart of Fire. Heart of Fire doesn't sell. Essence of Fire. Essence of Fire sells for 2 gold. I guess I should sell these. Lava Core. Lava Cores sell for about 10 gold. That's nice. Just put that up for 950. What else do I have that might sell? I have this Righteous Orb. I don't know what that is. Ooh, look at that. Righteous Orb sells for 83 gold. Okay. I think we just made back all the money we spent on our bags if we sell all this. I'm going to put it up for 82 gold. You know, I'll just put it up for 80. And then we're more likely to sell it quicker. Very nice. Any other little gems hiding here? I don't think so. I think this stuff we can probably just vendor it. Bone fragments. Bone fragments are selling for a gold apiece. I would like to just sell them in some kind of stack. It looks like we can do stacks of 10 for 12 gold. Let's split these into a couple stacks. There we go. And then we have some Crypt Fiend parts. Those are also selling for almost 2 gold a piece. So I'm gonna put these 13 up for 20 gold. I feel like that's a pretty good at the rate there for a single one. I feel like that's a pretty good deal. Just put the whole thing up for 20. And I believe that is it. We'll hold on to these until we get a stack of 10. That's awesome. Okay, so there we go. That'll get us all the money back that we just spent, and probably then some if we can actually sell it all. Let's hide details. Okay, so, you know, for what we want to do next, could probably have time to do some 5-man stuff. You know, just like a Stratholme run or a Skolo run. I think that would be okay. I think I'm going to put myself in flight, and then I'm going to take a short little lunch break. Yeah, some of that stuff already sold really fast. The Righteous Orb sold, both of the Essences of Undeath sold, and those were the big ticket items. So yeah, keep your eyes out if you're doing dungeons. Apparently there's lots of stuff that drops that you can sell for quite a bit. But yeah, I'm gonna pop myself in flight here, and I'm gonna take a little break. Let's put ourselves in flight. Where do we want to go? I guess I should put myself out in the Plaguelands, right? If I want to run Skolo or Stratholme. Yeah, let's just put ourselves out at Light's Hope Chapel. And if it takes some time to get a group, we can skill up our bow for a little bit, try to get our bow skill up. So yeah, I will be back in a little bit, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Alright, we are back. Thank you guys for hanging out. Yeah, Mitosh, if you want to tank some stuff, man, yeah, absolutely. Definitely not going to turn you down. Leah, you should go priest. Definitely. I don't want to tank either. Tanking is scary. Tanking has lots of responsibilities. And it also implies knowledge for some reason. Like when you see a tank, you think like that's a person who knows everything. It's just kind of like it comes with the territory, unfortunately. I think that's why so few people tank. It's not only that like tanking is challenging, it's that there's an inherent responsibility and an assumption of knowledge. There's always an assumption of knowledge when you have a tank. Have I seen any lock tanks? Yeah, we've had some lock tanks in earlier content. I haven't seen. Well, the thing is, think about it like this: Mitosh has tanked a lot of my runs, and so I haven't gotten to see like a lot of what our tanks are doing like out in the wild. You know, I don't know what wild tanks do because Mitosh has tanked for me so much. But I've seen a couple while leveling up, and they seemed good. But in the end game content, like I don't know if they're good. In the grand scheme of things. I feel like they probably are, but... okay. So yeah, we can do Stratholme. Maybe we should do a Stratholme. Try to clear both sides, get some tokens. What are the differences between SOD and regular Classic there? Everything's different. It's just a ton of differences. The classes are all redesigned. There's new content. There's changed content. The end game is more robust. They've added gear, added currencies. It's a whole nother beast. Basically, the only way that it really relates to vanilla is the world is vanilla. What it looks like is vanilla. The quest chains are still basically there, although they have added lots of quests to like different parts of the game. It's very different. Mitosh, if you're around and you want to tank something, let me know. 'Cause otherwise I'm gonna pop myself into the queue. Alright, while we're hanging out, let's take a look at our secondary spec. Let's take a look at our secondary spec, and we'll try to put together some kind of ranged marksmanship build. I'm just gonna wing it. Yeah, I was thinking Stratholme to start. Yeah, Strath or Skola, but we're closer to Stratholme, so yeah, I would say Stratholme. If we can get a full clear of both sides, that'd be awesome. I think I'm gonna go into efficiency, and then we'll go into lethal shots. I hate Hunter's Mark so much, but I guess we can't really afford to bypass it. Okay, I guess this is where I go Hunter's Mark for 5 shots. And then, yeah, I'm gonna have to probably have like a macro for Hunter's Mark. Mortal shots seems really important. Scorpid Sting, I'm not sure about this. I don't think that's important for PvE. Increase the damage done by multi-shot and volley. Yep, absolutely need that one. And then maybe we go back. We could take aimed shot. I'm not sure if we need aimed shots. It increases range damage by 70. We need aimed shot. Okay, does that get me? It doesn't get me down quite into the next tier yet. Let's go with a point in arcane shots. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have been increasing the damage done by my stings. Damage with ranged weapons. True shot aura. Okay. And then we probably want improved aspect of the hawk, I'm assuming. From the beast mastery tree. Is there anything over here that we want? We could take damage against monsters and humanoids, or we could spend some more points back in this tree. That's possibility. Leo, that's awesome, man. I'm glad that you're back on a routine that's more suitable for life. And just like having a decent time in life in general. It's never good to push yourself too hard or do too much. I'm gonna go improved stings. I'm gonna go improved arcane shot. And we still got 6 to spend. So now I guess maybe I could go 3 and 3. I like that. I like being able to come over here and snag these. So that's cool. Okay. So, we do have our bow equipped. I have no idea how to set up for this. What do we need? Where do we need it? We need aspect of the hawk to be out. Aim shot, we're gonna need that somewhere. Is it gonna save my action bars? Like when I respec, or when I switch my spec back, is it going to give me my action bar back, or am I gonna have to set my action bars up every time I spec? Because that's gonna get really old. Really fast. What does Scorpion Sting do? Reduces the strength and agility. Okay, that seems like a PvP thing. And not so much for me. Arcane shot's probably gonna have to come out. I gotta do something about Hunter's Mark. Serpent Sting. Volley. I feel like I am missing something. What am I missing? I'm probably missing like a bunch. I'm probably missing runes, right? I'd have to rune for this. I don't really want to rune for it right now, but I guess I have to. See, that's going to be the annoying thing. Is going to be switching our runes back and forth between melee and ranged. And that's going to be the annoying part. Rapid killing, reduce the cooldown of rapid fire, or each time you place a trap, your next shot within 20 seconds costs no mana. That sounds good, but I have to be flinging traps a lot. I think maybe I'll just take rapid killing. Do I even want to... I probably don't even want to bother speccing for this yet, or setting up my runes for it yet. It just seems like a lot of work to then just have to undo all the runes. They really need to have like some kind of add-on or some kind of interface option to quickly swap your runes. The runes should switch when you switch specs. So you should have a rune loadout, and when I go back to marksmanship or I go to melee, it should flip my runes for me too. Like, that would be ideal. Having to do it manually is kind of a bummer. I don't know what I clicked on there. There we go. Keeping Lone Wolf on the chest because we still don't have a pet. Expose weakness. Your melee and ranged criticals increase your attack power by 40% of your current... Ooh. That seems more fun than steady shot. Because I don't really need another button to push. I'll do sniper training on the legs. I guess I would do trap launcher on the feet. Use the toggle action bar. I don't know what that means. I saw it, I just don't know what it means. Ugh, maybe this is not the time to be doing this. Yeah, I think this is probably just not a great time to be doing this. I'm gonna have to like look at this and see. Yeah, we got the spec set up and that's fine, but I'm gonna have to check out the runes and see what I really want to do. Let's go back to our melee stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna take some time probably off stream with it and just mess with it a little bit. And I'll get the bow leveled up. I'll probably do that on my own time, I guess. Alright, let's double check. Everything looks good. And we should probably head over to the portal. Arcane shot is useless? Okay, I'll have to do some reading. There's some different opinions on some different things I should look at, and I might have to do some research or do some testing or something. I'm not really hot to get into the range build because I'm not super interested in the ranged hunter. I think it would just be good to have an option. I'm especially looking at it to see if it could be an option for like AoE damage, because we really just don't have any ability to AoE anything. It gets kind of painful when you're trying to get onto the meters and there's like huge packs and you are the only person that has no AoE output. It's really hard to get onto the meters, which, you know, it's not the end of the world. It's not the most important thing, but it's nice to feel competitive with other classes in a group setting, you know. I will say the next DPS we level is going to be something that has a lot of AoE output. We've done this character as mainly single target damage. That's been one thing. And whatever we play next, whatever we cap out next, I want it to have a lot of AoE potential so that we can see that side of the coin. Mages aren't doing really good in SOD right now, I heard. I heard mages are not in a good spot necessarily. So I thought about mage. Let's check out the SOD Phase 8 DPS rankings on Wowhead. Elemental Shaman is at the top of the DPS rankings for Phase 8. Scarlet Enclave Week 1 we have at the very top Elemental Shaman. Coming in second place we have Affliction Warlock. Behind that we have Feral Druid and Balanced Druid, followed by the Shadow Priest. And a surprise, at the top of the ratings we have Ret Pally. Very high up there. We have fallen pretty low. We have fallen pretty low as a melee hunter. We're in the middle of the pack. But we are on the lower side now, so like things have changed since Phase 7. There have been tweaks and adjustments. Ali Shami's rocking it. It's too bad that Alliance don't have Shaman. I wonder how many people are angry about that. How many people are angry that on Alliance we can't roll Shaman? How long before that gets changed? How long before we have Dwarf Shaman? Because that's crazy. It is kind of bothersome that apparently the most powerful class right now is a class that only the Horde side can play. That's gotta elicit some anger in certain people who really, really care about that kind of thing. No! I don't have a city key! Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh yeah, punt me in. Yeah, just punt me right through the door. That's how I like to get into places. Just getting kicked right in the ass. It looks like, you know, you got lots of good options. Affliction Warlock is really high. You know, Balance Druid and Feral Druid are right at the top of the pack. Maybe I'll stick with my original plan, and maybe we're gonna level up a Druid. Because they have 2 specs that are doing really well. And like, Cat looks fun, and I know Balance does a lot of damage, and I think Balance has some AoE potential. So maybe we do a Night Elf. Night Elf Druid. Another Night Elf. All of my sod characters are going to be Night Elves. Horde is Biss. No, I don't like Horde. I don't like Horde as much as I like Alliance. I don't like the settings as much. I don't like the races as much. I don't like the stories as much if we get into, like, the stories and the lore. I like Warlocks, but I really don't want to play Affliction. I really don't want to be an Affliction Warlock, and it looks like Affliction is at the very top, and then the other Warlock specs are really low. So yeah, if you want to DPS as a Warlock, it looks like you're going to have to do that as an Affliction Warlock right now. I feel like I don't have... Okay, that's part of the problem. There we go. Totally ready. Totally ready. Why am I not able to use this? What's going on here? We have some problems. We've got a couple of problems. Did I not resocket this? Maybe I didn't. I must have missed a rune somewhere. What did I miss? I missed something. Maybe was it on my boots? See this? Yeah. There we go. Okay. Oh, I see what I did. Idiot, stupid idiot. I can't. There we go. Now we're fine. I put dual wield rune on. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we're good though. I need this key to the city. I'm rolling on it. I gotta have a key to get into this place. I already know for sure there's probably like at least one boss back there somewhere that I did not lose. I am already positive that I've already failed at looting stuff. Yeah, see, Angry Beaver got me. Someone needs a yellow sticker on the monitor. Says, don't forget to pick up the coins. Yeah, I know I left coins on like somebody back there. In one of those first packs that we pulled, right? Somebody back there had coins. Absolutely. Oh, that's inconvenient. That's not a great look. Let's go ahead and feign death here. Let's not do it again. Okay, there we go, there we go. Okay, we picked up our first coins. There we go. Very nice. Am I wearing my Argent Dawn trinket? You know I'm not. Nah, I'm wearing my fire resist trinket, obviously. Obviously, because switching trinkets in and out is something else I'm not used to doing. I'm not used to having to pay attention to my trinkets. And having to switch them in and out depending on what content I'm doing. That's something that I'm just not used to it. There we go. Now we're good. Thanks for the reminder. Dragon's Bane. If you want to invite to groups, you got to reach out to Mitosh, man. He's put like every group together. It's not my doing. I didn't even know until just now you were ready and willing to group up. What do I want the rep for? Like, what do I need the Argent rep for in Sod? Is there an item locked behind the rep that I want? Because that's really all I care about. It makes the Nax attunement cheaper? I have to pay for the Nax attunement? It's gated by money? That's interesting. It's 50 gold plus stuff. Oh no. Sounds expensive. So you're either gonna farm items for the Nax attunement or you're gonna buy them. Okay. I'll probably just buy them. Yeah, I don't really feel like flying all over the place to farm up different items. So I will probably just save some gold and I'll just buy the items I need. It's gonna be better for me. I like it when it's straightforward. If I can just buy all the items, that's really straightforward, I'll just do that. I was hoping the Karazhan Crypts achievement or attunement was like that. I was hoping I could just buy the stuff on the auction house, but you can't. And that's why I may or may not ever attune to Karazhan Crypts, because I have to travel apparently all around the world and kill some very specific mobs that drop some very specific items that I was hoping I could just purchase on the auction house, because that's kind of what I like to do with stuff like that. Is everyone needing on the Scourge Stones? For some reason, I thought that everyone was just rolling greed on them. I wasn't paying attention to the rolls on the Scourge Stones. That explains why I never get any. Yeah, if everyone's I'll try to look next time. If everyone's rolling need on those, then I certainly will. Everyone is needing. Okay, yeah, I didn't realize that. The thought crossed my mind, but I didn't bother to double check, so that's my fault. Thanks for the call out, guys. Yeah, it's a lot of traveling. Wetlands, Demonfall Canyon, and a Wisp from Winter Spring. It's a lot of traveling. I don't... Anyone who was around for like Phase 1 and Phase 2 of SOD, they remember that the thing that I liked the least was having to just travel to like very distant corners of the world to do one quest to get a thing that I absolutely needed to get. It was kind of what I hated about runes originally, that a lot of them you just had to follow a guide on Wowhead. And all it really was is travel, like just waste your time traveling, basically. And so I don't really like that stuff, and I'm very resistant to doing it. So eventually I'll probably get it done. But when I think about spending the next 40 minutes traveling all over the place and spending like most of that time in transit, it doesn't really appeal to me. It doesn't appeal to me as a player, and it doesn't seem like something like very fun to do on stream either. It seems boring no matter how I'm doing it. Whether I'm on my own or in a stream, like it just seems like a terrible waste of time, basically. I don't find any of the attunement stuff really interesting or engaging. Plates, yeah, we don't need. I gotta get into the mindset of like we don't need any of this stuff. None of this stuff is for us anymore, so we can just roll greed on everything and make sure that we loot the coins off the bodies. And I guess the question is, besides seeing the content, is there anything in Karazhan Crypts that I want? At this point in gearing, is there anything in Karazhan Crypts that I really, really want to have? Because that will decide how quickly I want to get attuned to it. If I really need gear from there, then I'll probably attune to it in the next couple days. If I don't really need gear from there, then I don't know if I'll do it soon or just do it later. Yeah, it's like I could do it. I just think it's a waste of time. It's not about the difficulty of it or it's just boring. I find it really boring. I'll have to do it at some point, but I'll have to be in like a very certain mindset to make myself go do that stuff. It does have pretty good gear. Okay, then I'll get it done eventually. I will go to the wetlands. I will go to Winter Spring. I will do the Demonfall Canyon. For the Demonfall Canyon one, it's from a boss. Okay, so I have to do the 5-man Demonfall Canyon to get that item. That's fine. I'd like to see that dungeon again anyway. It's just the problem with that dungeon is that it's all the way over in Kalimdor and it's really inconvenient to get to it, and so I don't do it a lot. If they did this amazing thing like turn on summoning stones, or you know, this other thing we talk about like putting portals in main cities, then I probably would have done a bunch more of Demonfall Canyon already, because I liked it and because it's new. But yeah, it's inconvenient to get there, so I haven't run it again. Do I roll need on this orb? I saw a need go off on the orb, so I'm rolling need. Cause now we know how much they can sell for on the auction house. Mitosh, thank you, man. You don't have to fork over loot like that, but I appreciate it. I'm gonna sell it for like 80 gold, so I sold one earlier for the same. That's why you leveled the Druid. Teleport to Moonglade. That's a good point. That's a good, yeah, Druid has a really easy way of getting into Kalimdor. It's on a cooldown, but it's still good. Wait, is it on a cooldown? Or can you teleport to Moonglade whenever? Maybe it's not on a cooldown. No cooldown. Oh, that's really, yeah, that's nice. Not as good as mages. But then again, mages don't get Darnassus Portal until level 30 or 40 or something like that, so... Or Darnassus Teleport. I think we get Darnassus Teleport on a mage at level 30. But Teleport Moonglade on the Druid, you get that, like, right away. Very nice. So that was all of living side. I got now on to death side. It's too bad we can't mount up. There we go. I got the reel that we left behind. That's the one we didn't loot from the very beginning, I think, so... luckily it stayed on the body that whole time. So that was nice. Oh wait, here's another one. Okay, we left behind 2. But it seems like those bodies didn't despawn, so it held on to the loot. Which is great for me. Alright, so I'm gonna need on the Corruptor's Scourge Stones. Per our prior conversation. Oh my god, we got mind controlled. We got mind controlled and then we got CC'd. Well, that was nice. Ah, there we go. I'll take it. And there's our bow. And that bow has a little bit of stamina on it, so that bow is actually not bad for us to have on when we're melee. But at least now we do have a decent ranged weapon for whenever I figure out all the runes. That's good. We do need a weapon. We need an epic weapon. I don't know when. I don't know where. But we need an epic weapon now. Absolutely. Like, we need an epic sword, we need an epic spear. We need something really, really good for melee. Something to kind of, like, help us pick up our damage a little bit. I don't know what that item is. So I need it on it, so I can see if I could find out what it's for. But apparently, I thought it was for a quest, but apparently not. It almost looked like an item that would begin a quest. Maybe it's just like a material I can sell. I can say this run, since I found the 2 that I left, I don't think I forgot any coins now. I think I collected all the coins for the run, which is probably the first time I can say that. And we did get a bow. So that's awesome. The skin is a mat for enchanting. Okay. Right on. So we could probably sell it. But I don't necessarily need to roll need on it. I rolled need on it just so I can get it, just so I can see what it was. Yep, I rolled need out of curiosity. I don't think there's any upgrades for me here. There shouldn't be any real upgrades for me here. When I get a better weapon, it's gonna have to come from a raid boss, I think. Or maybe from a place like maybe from Karazhan Crypts. Maybe, and that's really it. I think this sword does drop from here. I think the sword I have on must have dropped from here at some point. This might be an upgrade. Yeah, this is an upgrade for the attack power, so that was cool. I didn't expect to get any upgrades out of here, but that was a better cloak than what we have on. Very nice. That was awesome. Let's go ahead and get that equipped. If we want to do Scholomance next, I think I have just enough time for a Skolo run. I think I have just enough time. Amy, he does still have class today. Okay. And class today is at 4:10, right? So I had this idea that running there might be faster than flying and then running from Chillwind Post, but I guess we'll see. But I think it's possible that me just running directly out is going to get me there a little bit faster. That could work out to be totally wrong, though. We'll see who gets there first, me or Mitosh. Because he's going for the flight point, then he's going to fly over to Chillwind. Although he also has a faster mount. So that might come into play. Yeah, Skullmance isn't too long. I should have time. If I don't have time, I will just have to bail. So, if by some stretch, like, I just don't have time and I have to go, then I'll have to go. And I will apologize if that happens, but from what I can tell right now, I should have time. Yeah, we did lose somebody. I kind of noticed. He was like, I am done. Thank you guys. I am done. That's what he said. He was all done for the day. Oh, I didn't know it could rain here in the Plaguelands. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think because of the swimming that's going to be involved, I'm probably not going to win this race. Because I am going to be doing some swimming. We'll see. It's going to be close. I might get there first. The great thing about my kid being in swim is that I get to see him do basically all of the swim strokes that the different races do. All of the races do a very specific actual swim stroke. And at this point, I have seen my son do all of them. From going from a kid that did not know how to swim at all and was terrified of the water. Now he does all these incredibly strange strokes that I can't understand how to make my body move that way. But he does it. Yeah, we got a warlock, but they weren't quite here yet. We could probably go in. Maybe we can go in. How much longer till they get here? Yeah, they're in flight, so they're a few minutes out. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close whether I have time for this or not. By the time they get here, I will have about 25 minutes before I have to stand right up from this computer and head out. By the time they get here. So we'll see. We'll do what we can. Usually I don't push stuff this close to when I have a hard stop. We could start pulling maybe. I don't know if maybe the three of us could start clearing some stuff. There's a summoning portal up right here if we just wanna get some summons going. I don't know if we can use another. Oh yeah, we can use anybody's portal, so this will help out. There we go. That was really convenient. It was really lucky, yeah. There we go. And now we have the best chance of clearing it. care and have a good rest of your night. We will see you next time. Take care. What is this? Agility, stamina, and spirits. No. Well, that's cool and everything. We will definitely just roll greed on that one. That's a cool bind on equip, though. Oh yeah, holy! You won that, Mitosh? That's awesome, man. I don't think I need it, but I mean, I'll sell it or keep it. I don't know. I don't know if that's good for me compared to what I have. I have attack power on the one I have. I think the attack power is probably worth more than the agility. We'll see what it sells for. Depending on what it sells for, I'll either sell it or keep it for an alt or something. I don't know. I hate letting go of epics for like really cheap. Oh my god, we got netted right in the poison cloud. Oh, that was nasty. And that was almost the end of us. Justin, have a good rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Take care. There we go, another bind when equip epic. This one's a leather belt with stamina and spirit on it. Mitosh, you win all of the bind on equip epics, man. Like, you win every single one of them. It's kind of crazy. Kind of roll hacks you got going. I appreciate it. That one might go to the druid. Let's see. Healing and spells. Yeah, that might be a druid piece for us to use in the not so distant future. Alright, we got pretty close, but I'm going to kill this boss and then I'm going to have to go. I'm 2 minutes over the time that I actually have to be off of here by, so... Mitosh, I really appreciate the Molten Core run earlier. I really appreciate you taking for me this afternoon. But yeah, I'm going to have to go. I will be back this weekend. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream on Saturday or Sunday, but one of those days I will be here. The other day I will be off. So yeah, thank you guys very much for joining me. I really do appreciate you guys hanging out. As always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you back here again very soon. Bye for now.